I've been working on my tentacle arm project, right? Issue came to I've already catted like all the tentacles, the string pulling all the tentacles and stuff, and then I was catting the compartments for the servos. Then I finished all that, right? I start assembling everything, putting in the servos, and the issue comes about of assembling like the string and stuff for the string spool to collect all the string. Came to issue with that, and I was trying to do this weird finicky way of the servo pulling the string so everything's like timed correctly, but I was doing that. Noticed I was using 180-degree servos and not continuous servos, and then I went on a whole rabbit hole of pain. To start explaining different kinds of servos, there's a bunch of servos like 180-degree servos and 360-degree servos. Basically servos that, like in the name, turn that amount of degrees. The great thing about them, they're like really precise, and yeah, that's kind of it. The precision is really important for this project. The issue with that is I need way more than 180 degrees of rotation or even 360. That's why I was originally planning to use continuous servos. Continuous servos, like in the name, rotate continuously. That doesn't work because they're not as precise, and I think that was the issue on an older project. It's similar to this one where it's still like a hand grabbing something, but I was trying to use continuous servos for that project, but it was never precise with flex sensors, and it was a headache. So I don't want to use continuous servos for the same issue, so hopefully I don't come across that again. Oh yeah.
Music licensing
Next
reimagined.
is like not servos, but also like stepper motors instead of just servos, because it could be better. Stepper motors are pretty bulky and are just annoying to use. At least I haven't used a lot of stepper motors in the past, but it's a lot more wires. They're a lot heavier, which I don't need. I need to be as light as possible for it just to work better. And it's a bit more coding and just complicated for me at the moment, so I don't want to use stepper motors. This comes to really just being able to use some kind of degree servos for this project. Seeing how I have only like 180-degree servos on me right now. I have other ones,
Music licensing
continuous servos,
reimagined.
360 servos, 180, but I only have these super strong 180 ones. I don't feel like buying 360 ones and spending more money, where I would have to resort to doing a gear ratio. Gear ratio, basically, big gear, small gear makes, like, if something rotated once, rotate way more, like 2 to 1, it would make it spin twice the regular revolution, which is amazing. That's exactly what I need. But the gears are what I don't have, and getting like a whole set of that would be kind of its own thing, and it would be kind of like a one-off thing. I don't know if I would have enough. Point is, I want to have like my own gear system, then rely on someone else's, because it would just resort to issues of, yeah, I'm not gonna get into that. So I used the like on-shape gears it provides, and it just kind of changed it to the sizes I needed, and I've been trying that out recently, and it's more promising than I thought. Going into this idea, I was not expecting it to be this great, honestly, seeing that I feel like a lot of tension would be on everything in this project, and that could break everything. So I printed the gears in PLA Tough, just a stronger material, and hope it's gonna work well. I've been printing a lot of prototypes, seeing if everything is working correctly, and then fixing the mistake after I 3D printed it, and again and again and again. But it's worth it, because I'll get there in the end eventually. With the gears though, connecting the servo to the gears was also a bit annoying, because I kind of stick to the original idea I had for it, which was just using the screws that came in with the servos. So I just kind of screwed it in, but it wasn't fitting correctly with the gear. I was confused a bit, like, am I just not putting it in strong enough or something else? I just had to readjust some sizes, and that was just like a lot. I had to readjust so many things over and over again. I'm still doing that right now, but right now it's looking somewhat promising. I just need to do more fine-tuning with the gears and testing with the servo and hope it's enough. Oh, the issue that came to me today was the whole system not turning enough too. I need the whole system to get like about 7.5 inches of string in the spool. The spool is like 1 inch in diameter, so I need that to turn enough times for it to get that 7.5 inches of string. So I was testing that today with everything I 3D printed. That didn't happen. It was like an inch extra amount of string that it still needed to pull. So I'm gonna do even better. The gear ratio, originally I was using like, I'm pretty sure a 5.3 to 1 gear ratio, and now I'm gonna do a like 5.9, yeah, 5.9 gear ratio. The plan is for everything to work. If I honestly think I'll get it in the next print. At least I hope. Yeah. Oh yeah, one last thing before I end it off is I was planning, well, not planning, the option was to increase the spool size of the string diameter for it to have like a bigger circumference. The bigger circumference, the more it would pull in one revolution. Similar thing to like how gear ratios with their revolutions. But I still wanted to be the spool to be 1 inch in diameter to just better fit with everything. While gears are something I can scale down and have more revolutions, the spool kind of isn't. That would do like the whole opposite of what I needed to do. But this project is taking a long time like any other, but it's gonna turn out great eventually. Thank you for your time. Have a good one.